In Critical Strike, everyone has their own idea of what the most annoying class is. And so today, we're going to find out, once and for all, what the most annoying class in Critical Strike really is. Let's get right into it. Hello, and welcome. Today, we're going to find out what the most annoying class in Roblox Critical Strike really is. Now, in order to actually find out what the most annoying class is, we of course need to define what annoying means for the purposes of this video. So to keep things short and concise, let's say that an annoying class is one that is played fairly frequently, has overpowered moves, is really hard to kill, and or is just legitimately annoying. Also, the amount of skill required won't be taken into consideration just to keep everything running a bit smoother and to keep everything fair for each class. So let's start with one of my immediate top picks, the Necromancer. This class is, quite honestly, incredibly annoying. In elimination, the Necromancer's fairly low damage and poor balancing make it a very little threat, but in game modes such as Capture the Point and Escort, the Necromancer turns into what can only be described as hell. Once a Necromancer gets enough souls, it's able to not only pull people away from the point or slay, but also able to give them the panicked status effect, which makes you move against your own will for a couple of seconds, and it does 10 damage. Of course, the most annoying part of Necromancer is the F move, which spawns a giant spider with a humongous hitbox that pulls people towards it, and this is most commonly used in Escort, where the Necromancer can move people away from that slay. So, for these reasons, a 4 out of 5 for the annoyance. And now let's move on to a class that can be really annoying, and that's the Cowboy. You might be a bit confused as to why I would put the Cowboy on this list, but if you use 2 of Cowboy's lassos, you can spam pull someone into the void in Final Strike, finishing them off with a few well-aimed bullets. Of course, this isn't the only reason why Cowboy is highly annoying. The High Noon ability is commonly used to steal kills, not only in elimination, but also deathmatch. Thankfully, you can hugely move out of the way of Cowboy's High Noon ability, or even kill the Cowboy, since they have to stand still for so long to get to move to work. So, for these reasons, and since it's fairly balanced, only a 2 out of 5 for annoyance. Definitely not the most annoying class on this list. But let's move on to a class that is definitely more annoying, the Controller. This class is known all around the game for being an overall nuisance. Controller can move its evil flying death robot really far away, meaning that you basically have to fight not only the actual death robot itself, but also you have to kill the controller itself. It's definitely quite the challenge, and since the controller can not only disable you for a considerable amount of time, but can also heal itself, it earns a 4 out of 5 for annoyance on the annoyance scale. And now, let's move on to a truly, despicably annoying class, the Dancer. Now, if you guys have not seen my recent video, which I will link here, we concluded that the Dancer is the best class in Roblox Critical Strike. And because of this, it's also incredibly annoying. It does insane damage with its combos, it can move really fast, and it's just an overall overpowered class. However, because it's really only good and not necessarily game-breakingly annoying with something stupid, the Dancer also gets a 4 out of 5 rating for annoyance. And now, the Rocketeer. Undoubtedly my favorite class in Critical Strike, the Rocketeer is seriously annoying. If you can land the oil in the right spots and take advantage of the massive burden stacks that this class gives, the Rocketeer is just really incredibly annoying. The LMB does 15 damage, plus a bit of knockback. The Q move dashes forward and does at least 10 damage, usually 20. The E move spits out oil, and the F move not only lights that oil, but also can be used to give up to 10 stacks of burn on an opponent with the oil debuff. The oil can also be used to zone, where you basically create a wall of fire that your opponent will be too scared to cross for fear of getting burned. Okay, but seriously though, the Rocketeer is incredibly annoying, and I always have people targeting me and screaming in chat and telling me how annoying or dumb or brain dead Rocketeer is, so a 5 out of 5 rating for annoyingness. Now, you may think that you should just stop watching the video here, but wait, We've got one more class to take a look at, the Jester. Now, I think that we can all agree that the Jester is a super duper annoying class. It's able to launch a huge ball with a ridiculous hitbox that does 20 damage plus a stun, it can go invisible, and the Jester has another box that allows it to teleport and do huge damage. Not to mention that when it goes invisible, it leaves behind a dummy that explodes and deals an additional 20 damage to anyone nearby. Seriously, a scary and annoying class, and for these reasons, the Jester scores a 5 out of 5 for annoyance. So that means that, wait, we've got 2 classes with a 5 out of 5 rating for annoyance. I guess this calls for something special.
The shivers whenever I'm thinking about you. Just wanna leave and live without you. Be on my own again. I get the shivers whenever you go out of line, yeah. I feel it creeping down my spine, yeah. Wanna be alone again.
Okay, so some of you might not know what exactly happened there, and that's okay. What we just witnessed were 3 1v1s between Rocketeer and Jester. The Jester won 2 out of the 3 matches, which means that Jester is not only overpowered, but also the most annoying class in Roblox Critical Strike. Congrats, Jester, on being super annoying. Speaking of super annoying, by the way, I think that if this video were to go on for any longer, it too would be super annoying. And so with that, I wish everyone an amazing day. Don't forget to use code SHOWDIS at redragonshop.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.